Hey guys, welcome back to Valiant EQ Quest number 5. This is going to be all about your tech champions with Yelena Belova as the boss. Now the nodes are going to be short temper, so whenever you will attack the opponent and after winning a fight you will gain a tactical charge that will increase your damage by 30%. And you can stack these for 10 times, so your damage will be increased quite a bit. Second one is critically drained, so whenever a tech or an Avenger attacker will apply a crit on the opponent, you are going to gain a power drain charge. And when you end your combo with a medium attack, those are going to power drain the opponent, and that will give you more of those damage cross charges. Then you have power exchange, so if the attacker has tech or has a tactical charge, they will gain a cross charge every time they power drain or power burn, and you can get 10 of those charges. And there is for the defender, especially energetic, so whenever the defender will use a special attack, they will gain an energized passive that will increase their combat power rate by 75%, and this can be stacked 5 times. And finally, there is power through sickness, and each time the attacker is inflicted with any debuff, the defender will gain a power gain passive granting 5% of max power over 8 seconds. Now before I get into the fights, here is all of the champions that I use. Here is the Excel sheet. And another thing I want to say that I am using all my high rank champions for a quick video, but you can also use your 5 stars and also your 6 stars because you will gain those furies and that will increase your damage anyway. So don't worry about me using 7-star champions. You can bring some lower rarity and lower rank champions. You can still get through this EQ Quest 5. Now the fight you're looking at is going to be against Storm, and here is a mistake that I brought in Nimrod because Storm is immune to shock, and I am using a Nimrod whose most of the damage depends on the shock. But the good part is that I will apply a cowardice on her and I can remove her prowesses and take down very quick with Nimrod. And just before you know it, we are 3 fights in. So this time around I didn't really plan it. I was just taking up my highest ranked champions and going in. Fight number 4 is going to be against a Colossus, so remember that he is bleed immune and he is also immune to incinerate. So bring a champion if you want to bring somebody with debuff that does not have both of those damage over time effects. Bring somebody with shock, bring somebody with ruptures, and this should be an easy fight. Colossus, both of those special attacks are easily evadable, and you will notice every time I am applying a crit on the opponent, I am going to gain a power drain charge that drains the power every time I end my combo with a medium, and that gives me a cross charge increasing my damage, and I can stack those cross charges 10 times. Unfortunately, they will not be carried forward because we are going to change our champion after every fight, so just be wary about that. And also do not use tech champions that cannot crit. So for example, do not use a Guardian, do not use an Infamous Iron Man because they cannot crit. You need those crits to help you. Unless they can do a good power drain, you can kind of get those technical charges on you, but there is no, the fight will take longer. Now you will notice here I brought in a Shuri. She does not crit until you throw an SP1. Once the SP1 is there, she is going to crit on every hit, and with every hit means for every time she is going to crit the opponent, she is going to gain that power drain charge. And ending with a medium combo is going to convert all of those charges into power drain, and not only she will crit, she will power drain the opponent, so the fight would be super duper quick. Following on with the same concept, remember Kitty Pryde is going to be immune to incinerate, so bring a champion that applies a different debuff. If you want to bring a debuff champion from the tech class, I am just bringing in Arnim Zola because he applies all of those different debuffs, and they will help me kill off Kitty Pryde very quick. And also he applies cowardice. I can remove all of those prowesses quite easily, and she won't go invisible while she dashes into me. So here I am using SP1 before, and here I'm going to use a big SP2. I'm trying to get to my striker so I can stun her, and then with a heavy attack I'm going to use my SP2 so I can do more damage, and all of those disintegrations can do a bit of burst damage to Kitty Pryde, and there she goes. Now, in terms of defender diversity and also the node complexity, this kind of EQ is very easy. It's not really difficult. You will notice that there is a new node here, and that is going to be unsteady hits. So if you don't use a 5 attack combo, you are going to get a glancing debuff on you. That will cause you to miss your hit. So just make sure that you use your 5 hit combos and you should be good here. You will also notice that defender is getting an energize every time they're going to use a special attack. So just be careful about that, but that's okay. If you're going to use your 5 hit combos, you're going to crit every now and then, and you're going to get that power drain charge, and then you can use your medium ending combo. So that medium ending combo can be medium also, can be a medium also, and can also be a 5 hit medium light medium as well. All of them work. Just using a future Ant-Man here, that is going to be the 6-star version. Another great thing about this quest that your star rarity is not locked. So if you're using a 6-star version of Ant-Man, you can use a 7-star later. So this is different from Crucible. So if you have a favorite champion that you have ranked in every rarity, you can bring out anybody. Next up, we're going to have a Massacre, and I'm just going to use an Omega Sentinel. She's going to crit quite a bit, and I'm going to gain all of those charges. And I'm just going to go for the SP2 because I just want to finish off this fight faster. I'm not using any boosts, but if you are going to bring the 6-star champions or lower rank champions, lower rarity champions, you can also drop in a few boosts. They will help you as well because you want to finish off the fight faster or the whole quest faster. I'm just using my highest ranked champions and trying to avoid the champions that do not crit. So for example, Guillotine 2099, unless you're using her assault function, or somebody like Guardian or Infamous Iron Man, I'm actually trying to avoid them even though I have them fully ranked up. Same thing with Night Thrasher. Make sure that you bring in a champion that is not incinerate, that does not have incinerate as the main damage source, because Night Thrasher is immune to incinerate. That's going to be trouble. I'm using a Punisher 2099 here, just trying to build up my battery 200 so he does not gain power, and now I can start hitting him. And because he will not gain power, on top of that, I'm also going to power drain him, so he is going to stay on 0 power and he's not going to throw any specials throughout all of this fight. Big SP2, apply that huge armor break, and now it's just SP1s all the way, so you can recharge your battery a little bit and you can still do quite a bit of damage to the opponent. There we are. He still hasn't gained a bar of power, so that is Punisher 2099, just reduces all the damage from the opponent, and again he's power drained down to 1% and he is out. Now this fight is a great example of bringing in champions that can easily power drain. I've brought in a 6-star Vision rank 6, and all I'm going to do as soon as I get an SP1, I'm going to power drain him, actively trying for him not to gain any power, and at the same time I'm going to gain those cross charges really fast. More cross charges means more damage, and more damage means I can finish off the fight faster before the defender gets any kind of special attack. And with the SIG ability of Vision, I keep getting the SP2, so those are helping me out. And he's down to 49%, and he has not even thrown a single special. So this works out super well if you have a champion that can easily power drain. Can be both of your Visions, can be a Deathless Vision, can be any other champion that can apply power drain, and all of those work out. You can even use Guillotine 2099, but because she doesn't crit, the fight will take longer. But she does have her own power drain, so that will also help you out. Next fight is going to be against Jubilee. I'm going to use my newly ranked up Ant-Man. He's at rank 2. I'm going to take him to rank 3 soon. So he is going to be also quite helpful, taking down the opponent quite fast. I'm just trying Jubilee to throw her SP1s only. SP2 can be a bit tricky sometimes. I always get the timing wrong and I get hit, kind of like SP2 from Future Ant-Man. The first hit is really annoying. Another example of that is going to be your Prowler, his SP2 is also very annoying to deal with. But here we are, we have 10 of those armor up and a big SP2, and before you know it, Jubilee is down. The next defender we're going to have is Void. Now he is going to be one of those annoying defenders purely because he's going to apply debuffs on you and you're going to get cheap damage and you're going to lose your health. So just play very carefully. Make sure that you put your parries in and try to get past your 10 hit combo when he applies a debuff on you so you can remove that right away. So right here, I know he's going to apply a debuff. I'm going to wait. And there we are, I'm at 10 in combos and I removed it straight away. Don't worry, the fight doesn't go as smooth. I do get a lot of debuffs on me because Iron Man has 6 hit in his in his basic attack, so sometimes it gets difficult to kind of make sure that you always have a 10 hit counter on your combo meter. So just here waiting for him to throw that SP2, and soon as he throws it, I get a bit of lag, but it's okay. I was just blocking, so that worked out for me. And into an SP1. You notice I do have a debuff on me and I'm 67 hits. I'm trying to get to 70 hits, and there we are. We removed it, and with an SP1, we are going to take out Void. So this fight was probably a mistake from me. I brought in a robot champion against a Nebula. Now the good part about Ultron is his ability accuracy cannot be reduced. So then again, it took me quite a bit. Now this is a 6-star rank 3 version or a rank 4 version. I think it's a rank 3 version. So that is going to take a bit long for me to take down Nebula. But if you look at this fight, as I explained in the beginning of the video, it's okay to bring your 5-star champions or even your 6-star champions because the Furies will help you. Of course, it will take longer because your overall damage as a 5-star or a 6-star is less than a 7-star. So the Furies are a percentage increase of that. So that is going to affect you a little bit. But then again, if you need the rewards, the amazing rewards of Valiant EQ, I would suggest even if you have 6-star champions or if you have 5-star champions ranked up, you can bring them in and you can take out Nebula. I would do this with 5 stars only, but in order to keep the video short and video fast, I am using my 7-star champions. So yeah, have a good counter for Nebula ready. This is where you bring in champions that have either Incinerate or Rupture, so you can literally melt out Nebula. But I used all of those champions first, so I'm going a bit slow and taking her out. Now before we know it, we are at the end of the path. Now I'm using a Red Skull here against Spider-Man Miles Morales. He's going to be an annoying defender because whenever you're going to use a special attack, he's going to go invisible. So you either need a champion that can bypass the miss, for example like Omega Sentinel, or you need a champion that can really gain those Furies very quick with the power drain. So Red Skull is an amazing option here because every time the defender will parry, you are going to power drain the opponent and that will give you Furies. More Furies means a faster fight. Now another great option is going to be Penny Parker. She power drains when you hit inner block, and also she is going to power drain when she's going to use an SP1. So those are some really good options for this fight. Make sure that you save for them because the last 3 fights of the path are really annoying. So the first annoying fight was Miles Morales and the second one is going to be Cap Sam. Now Capsam is all about his auto block and is really annoying to deal with, so that's why I brought in Warlock. So I thought when he will have 2 armors or less than 2 armors, I can use my SP2, but I could not use it because he was always above 2 or 3 armors. I didn't want to risk kind of getting auto block and getting more damage as a punish, so I just stick to my SP1s and more like SP3s. Every now and then, whenever I get the chance, I was able to throw a heavy attack to deal more damage, as I have a lot of those Furies all stacked up, and once I have an SP3 ready, I'm gonna throw that out. This fight especially becomes more annoying because every time the defender will use a special attack, they gain specially energetic buff on them because of the node, and they gain more power. And with against Sam, it's really hard because as soon as he throws that SP2, he does a lot of rupture damage to you. So you have to be really careful what champion you bring in. Make sure you have a good champion lined up for it. Again, your champions like Penny Parker, Warlock, any champion that can easily power drain and can do a lot of crits can work. Rocket Raccoon can also work there. And the boss fight is going to be Yelena Belova. I'm going to use Mr. Sinister, who is by far the best counter to Yelena, because with her SP2, she can also do damage in your through your block, and those are going to be crits. But Mr. Sinister heals back up, and also I'm running willpower, and with all of those bleeds, I will always be healing up. I think by the end of the fight, I heal up fully. Now, I would suggest you to keep Yelena to an SP1 only because it's easier to evade, and you can get on with your fight quite easily. Don't worry about the impact charge if you are bringing in Mr. Sinister. So Mr. Sinister can easily take out Yelena. So let's look at SP2 and look at the damage she will try to do to you through the block, and she will also gain power. So she can get back-to-back special, so you have to be careful about that. Make sure to keep her to an SP1. Now there are other options. You can literally use any champion, any mutant champion against her. Once she activates her assassin form, she is going to throw back you with your reversal. So when that is active, like it is right now, what you need to do, you can either throw a special attack or you can hit in the block. Once you hit in the block, you will reduce the combo meter on Yelena Belova, and that will help you remove her from her phase. So right here, notice the combo meter going down. So in this phase, you just have to hit her in the block. She can be a bit aggressive and corner you, so just be careful about that. I just tried to hit her twice in the block and she applied a reversal on me. But because I'm using Mr. Sinister, I'm healing all of that back up. If you want to see more how to take her down, check out my other video that I've done for the Paragon Gauntlet. In that, I take her out with different champions and I show you how to deal with her. She is going to be a difficult boss, so make sure you check out that video, and I hope you enjoyed this one and you found it helpful. I'll be back with the final video soon, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!